Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now at the end of the last video I said I had a couple of things I wanted to do to the car. One was electronic ignition, because I thought that there was a bit of ignition scatter at higher revs, so I've purchased an electronic distributor and a coil, high output coil. I also wanted to change the light in the dashboard with the view of getting roadworthy, and of course I always add a couple of things onto that. So I need to adjust the back brakes. They're automatic adjusters, but they don't seem to be adjusting automatically, so I need to take those up a couple of clicks at the back. And I'm going to try and put this bracket in between the seats to try and get some sort of video footage of Phillip Island. So I'll show you the parts first. So this is the distributor. It's a 25D6. It's a direct replacement for the existing distributor. Even runs the same cap and rotor arm, but of course it's an electronic trigger inside. And like I said before, it's from British Classic Sports Parts, which is Classic Sports Car Centre in not Brisbane, 07. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And they suggested fitting this coil. So this is the coil I've bought to replace the existing coil and ballast. It's more of a, I've read a little bit about it, and I believe 12-volt coil versus 9-volt coil. I'm not 100% sure, but hopefully this should work better. So first things first, I'm going to take off the strut brace just to give me a bit more room to get to the distributor. So next we'll put the engine on top dead center and line up the marks with the number 1 cylinder. And that's number 1 there, because it corresponds with this lead here, number 1. Perfect. Now it's just a case of disconnecting the distributor. Next is the coil and the ballast resistor. I've decided to leave the ballast resistor in place at the moment, because the bolt for the nut is on the inner guard and I need to take the wheel off to get to it, and I just can't be bothered at the moment. So basically I am going to disconnect it and leave it, and yes, I'll reconnect the wire to the coil directly.
If anyone's got any opinions on the ballast resistor and whether it's actually useful or not, it seems to me a bit of an old-fashioned fudge to get the ignition system working properly, you know, with an electronic ignition and a modern battery starter, etc. I don't think it really needs it, but I'd love to hear other people's opinions. Okay, so that's the coil on. Now I just need to connect the wires to it. Coil's in, wires are attached, and I've cable tied the extension wire to the bottom of this block just to stop it from flapping around. That's the one that feeds up to the positive of the coil. Now to put the distributor in. So I think I've got the distributor in pretty close. The vacuum tube was just above the dipstick. This is solid, so that's all okay. I did have to lever this apart a little bit just to get it in properly, but all good. So I'll button it up and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so it's the moment of truth. Everything's set up, distributor's loose. I have a timing light because I'm assuming I won't get it bang on first time. So let's give it a go and see what happens. It's coughing and spluttering a bit, so it's obviously a little bit low on the idle. I'm sure the timing's not exactly right. No, miles out. Idle speeds up a bit. Oh, that's not bad. Just a little bit more. And for me, that's about perfect. It's on 12 degrees.
So the distributor's done. I've also adjusted the rear brake so that the handbrake only comes up 3 or 4 notches, and I've put this bar across between the seats with mounting for the phone so that I can take some onboard video footage. So off to Phillip Island.
So here we are once again at Phillip Island, and yes, I forgot to get all of my times, so I'm pretty sure I'm in the 2 minutes and 10 second bracket to beat the RCZ and 2 minutes and 8 seconds to beat the Fiat Abarth, and it looks like it could rain, so yeah, fingers crossed. I'll keep you updated during the day. So here's a quick update. The rain has started, but unfortunately I seem to have a leak of some description or other from the back of the car. Now I'm really hoping that I've overfilled it with fuel, and if I drive around a little bit, it'll lower the level and it will stop coming out of the overflow. Unfortunately, I have lent my rotor button to a fellow competitor in the Pt6 because their rotor button broke. So she's going out in their car, and then she'll give me the rotor button back and I will give it a test drive around the road when she comes back. So we're about to go out. I missed the first run. The car was just overfilled with fuel, so that's why it was coming out. But I did take the opportunity to change the tyres. I've gone off my previous tyres and I'm onto these ones which have got a bit more tread. So we'll get out there and see how it goes.
So this is the wash up from that race. This is so 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oil has been spread on the track all the way from turn 1 through turn 2 and round and up the hill to the hay shed. Great, so we've lost about an hour so far.
So, as a wrap up, well, Phillip Island was a little bit of a letdown. The rain, the weather was pretty bad. You probably can't tell so well in the videos, apart from the dampness of the track and the fact the car was sliding around a bit in the first video. Instead of the usual 4 runs, we only got 2 runs in, and obviously the first run I had only got 1 lap in anyway, so it was pretty pointless. It did manage to do a 2:16 on the final run, which was 6 seconds quicker than slower than I really wanted it to be. But on wet weather tyres on a damp track, I think that's not too bad. I think it would probably get down to the 2:10 with decent tyres, like with the proper race tyres and with a dry track. So at least I've got a target to go for. So what can I take away from the weekend? Well, the gearing was beautiful. It topped out at 5,750 revs at the end of the main straight. So the gearing's pretty much spot on. I think with dry weather, with grippier tyres, it would hit 6,000, maybe just over, which is exactly where it needs to be. The distributor worked perfectly. Again, revved up to 5,750. Which it's never done before. It's struggled to get over 4.5 to 5, and it's been rough at the same time, so that wasn't too bad. Yeah, so onwards and upwards, I guess. It's improved every time I've gone out in one way or another. The brakes were fine, although again, hard to tell in wet weather. The handling is fine. I didn't spin off, which was good. We lost 2 hours due to the oil problem, and sorry for the quality of the video or the audio in that bit, because it was very, very windy and yeah, pretty cold at the same time. So okay, so that's it for this time round. I've got Calder Park in a couple of weeks' time, so I'm hoping to fix the fuel surge problem and also get the light in the dash fixed in time for that. And then after Calder, we'll get the car roadworthied on club plates. And yes, that'll be another step forward. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.